So if I put that back up there, we got one viewer.
Yeah, that was quick.
We can kind of see you back there. Oh, there's no light. Or do you want it or not? No, it doesn't make any difference.
No.
To be honest. It doesn't light you up.
Jess is hidden in the dark.
There's weird little lights at the back, but are they not? No.
No, that's
Oh.
right.
No. Oh, okay.
I'll do a voice in
There's 6 people, and yes, we're not prepared. So, but it's all good. I caught the sun. Right, I'm going to turn the lights off. Hello, Dr. Ford, John Richards, Captain Kirk. How are you doing? We're doing Captain Kirk. Yeah. Cyrus Carter. Busted. Yes, indeed. Ian 108. Right. To save time, I'm going to drive. I'm going to turn this light off. Jess is back there, but it doesn't really light up Jess, so we're going to kind of do it in this kind of weird, can you see us, can you not type effect. And I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Right. Oh. So, fingers crossed, we'll be able to be seen slightly. Might be easier for Sam to read his screen with all the comments coming in.
Yeah.
But
Someone's asking what's in the secret vault tonight.
yeah, the secret vault contains a very interesting island that we didn't manage to get to before because we had the police come out late at night in a boat, well, 2 boats, and drag us, well, not drag us, but urged us to go back to the land and not go back there, sort of thing. Drake's Island, I don't know if you remember it. Dan was a little bit and Steve Roden were a little bit concerned, let's put it like that, concerned because we were out at night. But that's what happens when you go out at night. Then you are out at night, in a boat. That's what happens. So definitely does what it says on the tin. But anyway, nonetheless, if you haven't seen the video, the Coast Guard was called. The police were there very quickly in their boats, military police, and they took a keen interest in our activities and helped some of the people get on their boat and go back to shore. So they did suggest to us that the island was privately owned, but they didn't. I don't think they specifically said we shouldn't go back. They just sort of like, oh, you should have permission for that, shouldn't you? And it's like, yeah, whatever. But they didn't say don't come back. I don't remember if they did.
It wasn't that.
No, I don't think they did though. But if somebody can tell me that I'm wrong about that, great. But I don't think they said don't come back. So we did. We came back, and it was very hard because when we got on. Should I give it all the secrets away? Because I'm going to spoil this, aren't I? I'm going to be doing a spoiler on what happened today. I tell you what, then let's try and tease you with how hard it was. Right, the lock was still there on the gate. You couldn't scale up because it was like 30 foot, maybe 30 foot high, and when the tide is in, you can't really get around the island. So the tide was a little bit more forgiving, and all I'm going to say is we used some skills that have never been seen before in a video. We've never used the skills that we used down there before, and I think it's going to make people quite impressed, quite happy. And we used a small boat, so I'll let you know that. I mean, we did use the small boat, not the big boat, and there was a reason for that, and it worked out really well. The use of the small boat was a little bit more stealthy, but we had to do a few trips over to the island, so I'm not kind of spoiling it totally, but it's a lovely sunny day, absolutely spectacular. The weather conditions were better than the last time we went, which was obviously winter, rain. I mean, it wasn't a good time to go. This was sunny, not windy. It was really calm waters. It was like, wow, what a difference. What a difference. So we had a great time getting over to the island. We got more people over to the island than we did the last time, didn't we? Because it was, how many did we do last time? Andrew, Steve Ronin, Dan, Carl,
Yeah,
and me.
that was it.
Yeah, so we got Sam and Jess over there as well today. So they got to see the island too. And Sam and Jess are going to start their own YouTube channel by popular request. So they're going to compete against me now, so we're not going to do any more explores. Only kidding. Stay on the island. Do you want to tell a bit about that?
Yeah, we were using Matt's, what's it called, DJI pocket camera. Works great, very good. Enjoyed it. Yeah.
Did you get any issues with when you looked at it, you realised you weren't pointing where you thought you were, and then
A couple of times, yeah.
yeah, because it hasn't got a big screen; it's a tiny little screen. I find that I'm not looking at it all the time,
Yeah.
and then you sort of look back at it, you go, oh damn, I'm not quite where I thought I was pointing. But yeah, it's really easy to use, though, isn't it?
It's really good, yeah, really good.
And well, we even took it on the boat, which, unlike that time we went out with Luke and his mate Dan, and it was a bit wobbly, you know, so you definitely got to understand that we were hitting waves, you know, but it's probably going to look like calm, totally calm with the film that Sam was doing. And also Jess had the camera when we went and checked some other stuff out. Yeah, so
We were going fast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really fast.
yeah. We managed to get the boat to do a thing called, oh, hang on. So the boat sort of comes up out of the water, and then it thrusts over the top, and then you skim across the top of the water like a pebble, and you sort of hit the occasional wave, but you really feel it sort of like accelerate away when it does it. So I think we maximum was about 15 knots, but on average between like 10 and 13, something like that. We were tootling around, which is a lot compared to what we were doing. What were we doing in the thing? Was it 2 or 3 knots?
Yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was 3. Yeah.
2 or 3 knots we were doing in the big boat with a small engine. It just couldn't move it at all. You know, this one was nimble, fast, but the other boat with a big engine on it can do about 20-25, so it can go even faster than the small boat, but only with a supersized engine on it. But we'll see. We'll get around to that.
We got Count Hobula as what's the best explore you've ever done?
What's the best explore? Well, that was Kim Orford, £1.99. Thank you.
Very much.
Looking forward to seeing the vid from Kim and Dan. Yes, well, we will. I'll try.
We got another one.
Wow, William Lewis. They're all copying each other. £1.99. Smash the like button.
Could you give me a shout out to Lewis and Sam? You said.
Lewis and Sam. That's Lewis and Sam at his end.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay. I thought you meant Sam. This Sam. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, should we do it? Hello, Lewis and Sam. Jess did say it, but she's quiet at the back.
Shout out to Count Hobula, it's my brother.
Count Hobula.
Is that Elliot?
Yeah,
Is it?
isn't it?
I mean, what's that about then? Hobula, like is it hobgoblin or those what's those biscuits? What are they called? Hobnobs. So which one is it then? Or am I completely off?
Hobbs. Hobbs is his last name. So.
Ah, so I was completely off then. Yeah, basically.
Nat said, hey guys, is Jess okay? Jess is all good.
Hey, Nat.
She's
yeah,
hidden in the
I'm
back.
okay, just in the dark.
Yeah, Jess is okay. She's back there. She has to shout quite loud probably to get heard over the top of us because we're quite close. So yeah.
The urban legend asked, does the DJI Pocket record sound?
Yes.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. It's got a certain amount of noise cancelling for wind as well, which is quite good.
Oh, we got 20 quid.
Oh my God!
No message.
From Joseph
Frank.
Rankmore.
Thank you very much, Joseph.
Well, you certainly rank more in my estimation. Yes. So thank you very much. That's really kind. So, well, the Milky Bars will be on me. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll probably stop at somewhere along the line, and we'll all have coffees and vegans, we've got to get special milk. So where would be the best
Bloody
place to
vegan.
stop then? Where would be the best place to stop?
I don't know.
Just random. So you didn't leave a message, Joseph. If you didn't realise that, if you want us to answer a question or something, just send another one and we'll see if we catch it. It's very kind. Yeah, it's cost quite a bit to come down, but it was well worth it. You know, it's yeah. I mean, the boat performed really well, but I'd like to get out there in the bigger boats. But I don't want to spoil the video, but my little boat was so much better for just bashing it out. It was a lot easier to do what we did today with the small boat, even though it meant we had to do multiple trips, because what we did and the cheekiness of what we did was quite good, and that little boat worked well for it. If it was the big boat, we'd have to do it a bit more official and normal, but that little boat, we just royally took the proverbial with it. Yeah. So anybody else? But yeah, it was good day though. We finished in daylight this time. No coast guards and no sort of panicking moments about going back in the dark. It was all finished really well. We got the boat in the water really early, didn't we? We were down at like 10. Was it 10:30?
Yeah.
10:30. We got the boat in the water by about 11, I think. And then everyone turned up, but I'd already got Sam and Jess over to the island, and then it was just a case of everybody else coming along and me doing shuttles for a bit. But Sam and Jess were already on the island when Dan and the rest turned up. So, what could we say about today? There was a moment of tension. There was quite a bit of moment of tension, I'm thinking, end of the afternoon, when it nearly went really badly wrong. And if we'd waited half an hour longer, we would have been in serious trouble. Serious trouble. And we got out of there just before that happened. But it just goes to show, I think next time we'll have to have somebody to monitor the situation, and you know, if anything happens like that again, then we'll know about it. But
Yeah, that was lucky. That was really lucky, actually.
yeah. Could have been in some trouble with the Coast Guard and possibly the police again. So that's good. We avoided it. Yeah.
Waiting for Boat Life said, if I knew you were in Plymouth, I would have took you over on my jet ski.
Ah, cool stuff. There you go. We are live. £5 from. I can't read it. Rackrav.
Thank you very much.
Whee! So you can have. They can have milk. Well, no, I was going to say they can't have milk. What can I don't know. What treats do you eat then?
Bread.
Bread.
Always bread.
Do you eat any like sweets, like peanut bars or
Yeah, we eat stuff like that.
chocolate?
Chocolate, yeah.
Yeah. Sugar's okay. Sugar's alright. Yeah. Okay.
Woo. What you calling your channel, Sam and Jess? Well, we're thinking just Sam and Jess. To keep it simple.
Make sure there's nobody else that's got one. And of course, if you do Sam and Jess, is it going to be Sam ampersand Jess? Because I don't think YouTube allows the ampersand. I think you could put the word Sam and Jess.
Yeah.
Then, when YouTube searches for you, anyone who's called Sam would come up in the searches. Anyone who's called Jess would come up, and then anyone who's called Sam and Jess would come up.
Yeah.
But if you put it as one word, Sam and Jess, then you'd probably be the only one, and you'd be easy to search for. It's worth thinking about. I don't know if does Dan do that? Does he do exploring with fighters one word? Or
I think it is one word. I'm not sure.
because I know that if you were searching for exploring with fighters, you'd have everything to do with exploring, everything to do with fighters, you know.
Yeah.
So, you Maybe.
People are saying that there's a few people with Sam and Jess. Jess's brother said there's a channel with Sam and Jess with 253 subs. No, 253k subs.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wait.
Someone's asking if we checked out the theatre while we were in Plymouth.
No, we drove very well secured, so yeah, don't think we'll be able to do
what was
that.
that?
Whoa,
£2.
something just went ping.
£2 from Rob Edwards, Evening Phones.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
doesn't it go ping when this stuff happens? Whenever I turn the thing up, it might make a noise. If you send super chats or money, it might go ping in the car, so I'll realise it, because I get to see something bright pops up on my screen, but then it goes beep, 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 and it goes off the screen really quickly. So we might be able to hear it if somebody does it again. So who was it? Sorry, I'm just talking through. I'm just
Rob Edwards.
not saying thank you.
Yeah, Rob Edwards it was.
I'm good at that. Rob Edwards. Did he say anything?
Yeah, he just said good evening. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Good evening to you, sir. My sarcastic head just kicks out jokes I can't say on this channel. I'm just thinking Full Metal Jacket and the drill instructor. And when you say like good evening, sir, I'm like the drill instructor. It's like he's going to come back with a retort that's just going to wipe you away. It's like you're being polite, but the drill instructor's going to say like, oh, you can come back to my house and do something with my sister. Sorry. I'm a sarcastic bastard. I'm sorry.
Mark that we met earlier said, have a safe trip.
Thank you.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, we even though we got the light on, it only goes over there. That's why I'm more in shadow and he's lit. But yeah, I can see the roads really well, and we got nice capsize, so it's good. Yeah. And I'm not speeding because it's night time and it's not so easy to see. So we're being all safe. So what else did you think about today on the island, then Sam or Jess? But you'll have to shout Jess if you.
Yeah, it's good. There's a lot of history there.
Yeah.
A lot of history. What was it first? I think it was a chapel, wasn't it? Chapel in the 12th century.
Oh, I probably have read the history, but I've kind of forgotten it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a chapel, then a prison, and then a fort. Yeah. It's a cool place.
And it has been used by a lot of pretty bad state of repair, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they have really let it go. It's one of those. If it wasn't for the fact it was built out of stone, there probably wouldn't be anything of it left.
That's right, yeah.
But as a location, I mean, it doesn't matter that they've let it go, because, I mean, what a stunning location. You're standing on the top of it looking around, and the view in the harbour, I mean, it's just like, what?
Beautiful, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, really beautiful.
It's amazing. And it's not even boring sea around it, because you've got rocks in the sea that are weird and could catch you out if you didn't know where you were going in a boat.
Oh yeah, Mark actually told me earlier that, you know, the rocks that you said, all the jagged edge rocks?
Yeah.
He said that was a pier over
Oh.
to the other side of that island in a road.
Oh, right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So then, if it was a pier, you wouldn't have been able to take the boat out that way, which is probably why the boats always come around the bottom of the island and out and around. So they go in a loop out and around, and they don't go up that way because they'd probably be hitting the old pier, and they haven't dredged it to make it deep again. That makes sense, actually. That does make sense. You've got lots of cameras there. We spotted loads of secret little cameras and masts and things like this, and stuff. So they're watching, because it's a very important military shipyard, as well as being reconnecting again. Oh yeah, we've got 203 people in the channel, 70 likes and £30. Thank you very much.
Let's ask what we're up to now.
Driving back,
Going home? Yeah.
going home. That's a Bristol boy in him saying, we're going home, going home. And how do we say it was? Going home, but. I'm going home.
Our friend Alex is coming in. Hey Alex, how you doing?
Hey, Alex.
That's your mate, is it?
Yeah.
Cool. Hello, Alex.
Who else have we got?
Oh, just made any noises, yeah? Oh, nobody's done a super chat. I wonder if it will. Might have to change it in the options to say beep me if there's things happening.
Yeah.
I'm worried about pushing it. There's a little button down here. I'm worried about pushing it. Oh, save highlights. Mute the microphone. Nah. No. It's not what I wanted. I just thought it might be good if it goes ping. There we are. £5 from Gary. But I didn't hear it. Did you? I didn't hear it.
No, I didn't hear it.
Maybe I put the volume up. That's fully up the volume now. Oh, I didn't do it, Gary. Thanks for trying though. What did Gary say? Nothing.
Nothing. No.
Well, silence is golden, so you shall be showered in silence.
Someone asked, when are you doing Birmingham tunnels?
Ooh, yeah, we've been meaning to for a while, and I don't know why we haven't actually. I mean, it's not far,
No, so far it's all.
and Luke wants to do it, and he's up there, you know, sometimes because he's got family up there. So, yeah, we should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can pick Curbs up as well because he's on the way. So we should really do that, I think. But we've discovered some extra things we want to do down. Oh, ow. Yeah, I just picked something. I shouldn't have done that. Ugh. Right, yes, we've discovered some extra things down in Plymouth that we'd like to. A lot of abandoned stuff in Plymouth and on YouTube. I'm sure there have been one or two people done some of the things we're interested in doing, but probably not like we'd do it. But you know, I've seen some old footage of Drake's Island, but it's like what we did today would hopefully be a lot higher quality than some of the stuff that I've seen before. But I know for guaranteed nobody has ever seen one or two things I know about Plymouth that, yeah.
Have you recovered after being assaulted by the ghost that pulled your trousers down?
Yeah, and I'm being really slack because I came on the channel going, everybody, you can't believe what happened to me, it was amazing. And Sam and Jess were there and everyone was like, oh my God, you know, and it's like, and then I didn't put the video out then. I teased everybody. I didn't put the video out. I let Carl do his video first, which is, you know, a good thing because it was his kind of spirit box thing that we were doing. That's the whole reason we were back there. So it's nice that he's got his video out first, but I am a slack little bugger. Oh, mind you, I have an excuse. I was busy last week and I have a little bit of time on my hands now, so yeah.
Oh, £2.
Oh, £2 from Alexander Hardy. I can't read. Dan.
Did Dan approve of the new boat?
Dan approved of the new boat, but unfortunately he never saw it properly powered up because I didn't use the engine, because the engine is standing off the boat now to be returned after probably a court case in order to get my money back off the gentleman that sold it to me. So yeah, but so Dan has only had a taster of what that boat is capable of, and yeah, when he sees what it can do and how much more you can speed along and not get sprayed, because there was a lot of spray entering the boat with us today. We got quite wet, that's one thing, you know. But yeah, I think Dan was impressed by the new boat, but also he realised that actually the old boat, there's stuff you can do with that it's still got a use. It's definitely got a use. And in fact, what I should have done is brought the boat with me on the back of the big boat, so we could have had both boats. That would have been good. So we give the small boat to somebody to, you know, poodle around in or whatever. And there's a lot of engines to carry and things, but you know, we'll see. Yeah. They were all worried about the big boat. They said to me, "Does it what would happen if it sprung a leak? And how many hulls has it got? How many inflatable hulls? And I said, well, it's got 5 hulls, and if any one of them, or maybe even 2, sprung a leak, it's still going to float. So there's no worries about that at all. But you might get some water in the boat, you know, if something sprung a leak. So. But apart from that, I think they were impressed, and but they were not used to waves as well, and so I think they've had their little taster today of what boats are really about, and how they don't sort of go like a car, like how they go bum 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 bum. You know, that's what they're about. They bounce in the water. If you want to get anywhere quickly, you've got to accept a little bit of buffeting, you know. Otherwise, you can go at a really, really slow pace forever. But I think they're going to get that. It's going to. I'm not sure Andrew's going to be totally comfortable because of his fear of fish. Maybe we can. I don't know. Maybe we put a net up around the boat so that no fish can jump in the boat. They'd be happy then.
Got a few people asking where Angel's been today.
Angel is with my friend who looks after her. She's quite a demanding dog that, you know, I can't just leave her with anybody because they all make... Oops, hang on a second. It's just stopped. Right. They can't... you know, every person I've ever left Angel with has had a rude awakening because they've decided that they're the dog whisperer, mingle with other dogs, which I've warned them not to do. My dog has then, yeah.
Oh, we got $5.
Oh, $5.
Chris.
$5 long time. Keep up the good work.
Old Granny Prolapse is watching.
Old Granny Prolapses. Well, that's the monetization gone now. Oh dear. So, well, thank you very much. From, don't know what to say that really. I could say lots to that actually, but not on this channel because it's semi-family friendly. But yes, Berlin Pigeon Whisperer. Hello, sir. Didn't realise you were in channel. That's a moderator. As are Sam and Jess, and Dan. He's a moderator. Dan Dixon, and Carl, and Andrew. Just not me, but better moderators. Like, well, better than you, Dan. You'll be a brilliant moderator. So, yeah. Oh, where were we talking about? Boats.
Boats. Andrew's fish.
Andrew's fish, yeah. That was funny, that was.
That was really funny.
I never thought, you know, I'd meet somebody who's like afraid of fish. I mean, I can understand afraid of squid sting you, you know, and you know, something that would attack you in some way, but just a bog standard fish. I mean, that's all
They
it
were
is.
jumping out. Diving out.
Yeah, I mean, fish can't really hurt you. Not most of them. You know, it's right, so we've got 3 lanes, M5, yeah, okay. So yeah, we didn't want to let people know that we were down there, but guess what? We had one subscriber called Mark, who might be watching
He's
now.
watching, yeah, he's watching.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. Mark, now let me see if I can remember. Can we remember what it was called? It was like Exploring Photography.
Urbex Photography.
Exploring Urbex Photography.
We did comment.
Yeah, with a nun up Mount Snowdon. That's right. Yeah. So Exploring Urbex Photography with a nun up Mount Snowdon. I think that's his channel. It's General Paul Park.
Mark Urbex Abandoned Photography.
Mark Urbex Abandoned. What he said. Yeah. Mark Urbex Abandoned Photography. There we go. He said it much nicer than me as well. So yes, Mark turned up, and when I came back, I thought to myself, oh, Jess has made a friend,
Yeah.
and I had no idea that he was going to be a subscriber, but he worked it out for himself based on probability of, Matt's going somewhere, they were in a boat yesterday, Dan's around, they're going to be doing more boat stuff. What have they done in the past?
Oh, we got another £2 from Gary.
Oh, Gary, yes.
Thank you very much.
And what does it say? Piranhas can. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get those in the UK, but I wouldn't like to be up the Amazon wading around. The most thing that British fish can hurt you with is their radioactivity and toxin load. But if you don't put them in your mouth, you'll be all right. But yeah, sorry to ruin your evening meals if anybody's eating food. But yeah. They are little collectors of heavy metals, mercuries, all sorts of toxins and things. Fish there.
People are asking who's in the back. Jess is in the back.
Jess is in the house. See if we can get. Do you want to do it? Jess will come.
Oh, you can see her. You can see her.
Oh, there she is. Yeah, and I can't even see. That's fine. You can leave it on if you want.
Leave it on.
If you want to. But I thought you had to lean forward to be seen.
I think I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jess comes at you like a ghost in Proving Demons videos, or she's like, I know, out of the darkness. So don't upset her. She will just come for you. Yeah. Right, so we're going past Exeter, and I've learned now you've got to be really careful where you if you say you're on a road.
In 2 miles, at junction 29, take the A30 exit to Honiton, Exeter Airport.
I'm so sorry. Hang on. Am I going to... I'll just turn it down. There we are, on my thing. That might happen again. And I don't want to switch screens because I might lose the stream. So, yeah.
Tom 420 Explore said it would be cool to meet up with you. I was definitely on the cards
Yeah,
for that mansion I showed you earlier.
absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe Birmingham Mansion
Yeah.
fairly soon? Pretty soon?
Yeah.
Yeah? Pretty soon? Okay. Yeah, what was my thinking? Something to do with... talking about it. Losing thought now. Jess was in the back of the car.
Jess coming at you like a wet flannel.
Yeah. There's a Mighty Boo. She's like, he's like, I'm coming at you. Like this. Like, I can't remember what he says now, but he's like somebody doing jazz. He's like coming up, reconnecting again. Oh, that's right. That's what I was going to tell you. It was about meeting Mark from Ninja Assassin, Snowdonia, Nuns,
Exit junction 29.
and
Photography.
and a source. Yes, photography. What he said. Yeah. So.
In a quarter of a mile, keep left and follow signs for Honiton.
Let me turn this down again, turn it down. It's distracting me. Right, so yes, he worked out where we might be, and he drove around and he found our cars, and he found Dan's car with the EWF stickers on it, so it was a big giveaway. But he recognised my car as well. But he sort of couldn't see us because we were all on Drake's Island, but he was persistent. He was very persistent. He hung around and he kept hanging around until he saw Jess. And then, how did you? I'm just thinking. He's like, "Are you Jess?" And she went like this. "Yes, I am." from the back of the car. She's like, "Yes, I am." At the camera. So yeah. So they were chatting when I arrived. He seemed like a very nice chap.
Yeah, it's a very cool guy, yeah.
And yeah, we sort of chatted for probably half an hour, which was helpful. And the boat. Yeah, we had three of us to carry the boat out, but it was much easier with three people. Because me and Sam got it in earlier, and yeah, it was a bit of a job, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But 3 people seemed to be good. So yes, my second point, which is what I was coming on to, is after that person who managed to work out where we were, which was pretty impressive, I was up collecting the boat from Northampton, and I was saying to people, well, I'm sort of passing this road now, and I'm passing this place, and people were working out where I was, and then when I collected the boat, I got back to the Swindon Road, and somebody went beep, 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 as he went past, and then I was going into a petrol station, but I turned round because I didn't like the look of the petrol station, so and this guy comes past and beeps again, and I'm like, oh shit, have I done something wrong, you know? And then he's like, all right, love the channel. I'm like, what? I'm like, so I'm in the middle of nowhere, but he's worked out where I'm going to be, and yeah, he sort of pulled over, so I pulled the boat over. It was this big boat, you know, so I pulled it over by the side of the road, and I'm like, yeah, nice one, man, yeah, cool. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was driving a white van, so if you remember who you are, yeah, it was nice to meet you. And he said, that's what he said, I thought you'd be going to that BP garage, because you said, that's always overpriced and it's crap, so I knew you were on the Swindon Road, and I thought, if he's on the Swindon Road, if I hang around by that garage, I'm going to see him, and he did, and it worked. That's what it was, yeah.
We got a donation, £1.99 from William Lewis. Love
William.
the channel, hope you're not doing 100 miles an hour laughing.
60 earlier on, but now I'm in my stride. No, it's not. There's more to it than that. The A38 from Exeter to Plymouth is a bit windy and it's a bit up and downhill, and you can't really get much speed on, especially if you're towing something. But now I'm on the M5. It's all thank you, coronavirus, because it makes my life on the road much happier. Yes. So yes, met a few people. I mean, I've met some of the subscribers. You've met people in the street. Oh, here we go. This is yeah. You tell your story. Go on.
Yeah, who's it? Yeah, we're in the street. She said, Sam and Jess. I'd seen us on your videos. Yeah, she might be watching right now. She comments on all of this stuff.
I've recognised the name Taverner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure the initial, but Taverner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taverner. And so there we are. So they've had people recognise them, and I've had people stop me a few times in the street, in the supermarket. I've had a few people, and in B&Qs. Two people who work in B&Qs in Devizes knew who I was, and they said, oh, did you get any more trouble from that Explorer up on the Salisbury Plain? And I said, no, but they did come round the house, like, and you know, give me a bit of crap, but you know, and they were like, oh yeah, we love your videos, man. And I was like, well, that's cool, isn't it? You know, you do something in your local town, put it on YouTube, and they watch it. You know, it's good.
Explorer Carl said, I think we've met.
Exploring with Carl.
Yeah.
Well, not with the lights on, mate. There's a comeback. Sorry. Is that Exploring with Carl?
Yeah.
Oh,
The one you know, yeah.
I know. Yeah, no. I had a brain fart then. I was like, Exploring with Carl, but we've just seen him this afternoon. No. Exploring with Carl, not
Yeah.
Carl Dark Arts Paranormal. Sorry, brain fart. I'm slightly concentrating on the road, and as you are probably aware, I'm not as fluid with the speaking when it's night time, because I've got to slightly sort of stare into the distance a bit more, so I'm not fully with it. So he's exploring with Carl, I just hear Carl, and then I'm like, oh, that's the Carl we were with this afternoon. No, exploring with Carl. Hello, exploring with Carl. How are you doing? How's what's his name? Frank, Mr. Frank Sidebottom doing? You wouldn't have a clue who Frank Sidebottom is. They haven't lived. It's Frank and his paper mache head. Yeah. Dan Dixon might know who Frank Sidebottom is, and Carl, because they're from up north. Up north character. And he talks like through his nose, and he's like, hello. Well, what are you doing around here then? And he's a bit like a sort of comedy character, and he would take people around his local town on a tour bus, and there was nothing to see there really. But he'd be like, oh, this is Mavis's house. She made me jam tarts. So it's like really good. And I wonder if she's in now, you know. And he's like take people on the tour bus. I mean, he's had a television. He's been on loads of TV programs, and I think they did a little sort of like series on him. I got Carl, tell me in channel if I'm right now. He was actually a singer in a band. Was he a singer in a famous band? But no knowledge who he was. But when he put the head on, you couldn't tell who he was because it was a paper mache head. And he'd go around going like this, you know, but nobody really knew who he was, you know, because it's like that's his character. Yeah, Frank Sidebottom, legend.
So I'm to use a charger.
Yeah. Do you want to take it out?
Cheers.
Yeah. Make sure you plug it into the Samsung one and push the Samsung one in as well because it's not lighting up blue at the moment. Yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
Cool. So yeah, we just to say it was a real success today, and I'm very pleased because that was basically one of the main reasons I got that was to do that. It says reconnecting, so let's give it a few seconds. It just so happens that by speaking to Dan from EWF, Dan was very interested in doing it as well, but it was an idea I had, which was the start for me to get the boat was because I wanted to do some places like Drake's Island and places like that, you know. But Drake's Island was definitely the motivation for doing it. Not just Drake's Island, but I don't want to tell you where we're going to go. I suppose we're going to do Flatholm and Steamboat, okay? I mean, I'll tell you that now. We're going to do Flatholm and Steamboat. That's my idea. Dan doesn't even really know about these places, I don't think, but I'm going to say to him, that's what we need to do because they are as cool, but they've actually got working things on them. There's like, you can actually stay on these islands as well. So, but most of the time, there's nobody on them. So, and I can tell people a little story about something that's on the island, but I won't do it until we get on the island. So, yeah, I know something about the island that connects with my family. So I will tell you a story when we go on the island about that. That's why I want to go there, because I've always wanted to visit it because of something that I know is connected with my family. So, yeah, boats. I've done my aircraft. I've been like, I went through a phase of flying aircraft all over the place, but the trouble is you can't really land them and go and explore because you just tend to land airfields and things. So the boat is a lot more versatile in able to take your friends, go somewhere, get off and explore. So the boat's been really good. It's like second to a car. You know, it's really a good little tool for doing some things that a lot of people wouldn't have seen in exploring terms. So we've got to make the most of it, especially whilst it's sunny as well. Good conditions. Well, if they had an Olympics for somebody who can just talk and talk and talk, I'd probably let it win a gold medal, wouldn't I? Fill the blank space, Matt. No problem, I can find something to talk about. Yeah, right. Wellington, 27. We got to come off at about, yeah? Yeah. Okay. It says, don't drive tired, the services are open. Oh, really? Well, the services are open, are they? Don't drive tired. But if you go to the services, they want you to pay loads of money to stay overnight in the car park, otherwise you get fined 100 quid. Oh, can I use the hotel services in the services then? Oh no, you can't because COVID-19. Oh, I'm not going to have stayed in a hotel room for 100 quid. I'm going to have stayed in my car and got fined 100 quid. Nice one. Thank you. Motorway services in the United Kingdom. Yeah.
Exploring with Carl said we need a yellow submarine to explore next.
Yeah. Yes. Yellow submarine. Oh, Dan did have his underwater drone with him, but we didn't get a chance to use it. We'll have to find some stuff. Alright. We'll have to find some stuff that when we go with the boat, we'll have to get some extra, interest. We can send the submarine drone thing down. Remember that and kind of work on that idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I really enjoyed his car cave video where he sent the thing down and he was mooching around looking for things in the water. I thought it was amazing. I was riveted. I thought it was really amazing as well. He was moving and it's like all these, like, it was almost like a star field, like, out of Star Trek when they go into warp and all the stars go whoosh like that, yeah. And it's like any movement he made, it's like a star field. It went whoosh, and it was particles in the water, but it made it look like he was sort of whooshing to the left, whooshing to the right, and whooshing forward. And it's just bizarre to look at. It was quite mesmerising. So I'd like to see more of that.
Yeah, definitely. We got KK Explores. How you doing? Alright, mate.
That's somebody you know, isn't it? Do you know
He's
them?
from Western.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah. Hello, KK Explorers.
Did
We
they
need to-
do any Magnum fishing? Not
They-
today.
No. I saw that magnet though. Did the magnet go in the boat?
Yeah, they did bring it.
They brought it, but we never got around to it. Yeah. So, yeah, they didn't manage to. They did some drone flying, which was good, because I brought my drone with me, but I didn't think I needed to use it because I was piloting the boat, so I couldn't have my hands free. And turned out, Dan was prepared to do it, and Carl did it. So just borrow a bit of their footage because I've got early stuff which I did reconnaissance of the island from the mainland, and I flew the drone out and all the way around the island from the mainland. And so I've got that in the bag. So now we've got a few shots of us kind of on the island, which we know we've got because Dan did them and Carl did them. They'll look good.
I really look forward to seeing them.
Yeah. But I just can't explain to people how cool that island is, even though it's wrecked, the buildings are wrecked. But just standing up on the top, on the gun platform, on the top, there's a flag flying. Just looking all around 360, it's like, oh my god, this is just so nuts. Yeah. It's reconnecting. But trust me, you're going to love this Explore because we did things we've never done before in this Explore. And we're not talking boats. Oh no. We did some stuff in this Explore that we probably have to use more of in the future. It would help us a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Richard Warnock said, boating nurse outfits on the water, man.
Yeah, nurse Curbs. He'd like to come down. Actually, we might get Nurse Curbs down, and he's been doing some interesting videos. Whilst we haven't seen him, he's been doing some other videos. Check out his channel because he did the Oasis Centre, which is where Ali Law got into the swimming pool and swam around at night, and Curbs has been back and forth there over a couple of days, and he's managed to do a lot of swimming at night in the Oasis Centre. So go and check his videos out, and don't forget to subscribe. But yeah, he's a bit down in the dumps, I think, because and he's fighting back by doing lots of videos and going out and doing stuff because he's a bit down in the dumps because he had the police come to his house about a few things. I won't grow about him exploring and various things, and he's just like he wanted to have a bit of an Ali Law moment to get all this police crap out of his head,
What channels? It's Curbs Vids. It's KIRBZ.
I think it isn't it VIDZ.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh no, you are right. No, it's KIRBZ VIDS. Yeah, if you type in the wrong spelling, I think it still comes up. If you type, but it has to be one word. Type KIRBS or Z and VIDS vids, and then you'll get to it because it does pop up. But if you put a space between curbs and vids, I don't know if it will pop up. Oh hey, £1.99
William Lewis again.
William Lewis. What's going on with the engine in court. Well, I got a letter here, which I'm not going to show you the addresses on, but I bought an engine from somebody who didn't describe the faults it had, and I didn't get a chance to check it on the day. So when I did check it, and he did say that I could come to him with problems, we could sort it out. I came to him with the problems, but he just went, nah, you don't know what you're on about, mate. And he was like that, and it's like, so well, I'd like to, swap it then. And he was like, nah, sold the scene, mate, sold the scene. And I'm like, really? Okay. I said, well, I'll have to take you to court if you don't want to play ball.
Matty Murphy said, here's a question for Matt. Has Matt ever explored Ratner bunkers in Bridgend, Wales?
No, people have asked me many times about this, but I've been there many times over the years. I know exactly what it's grey, isn't it? Oops,
We got another one.
199. Okay, I'll try and hold that thought. Yeah. We'll come to you, Lee, in a minute. But yeah, I've been there. It's a grey building. It's down like an alleyway which has a train track going to it, and it's a dead end. And it's below the houses. They're up on the top of the hill, the housing estate, and you just can't get in. And I've been told it's alarmed, so I wouldn't imagine you could easily get through a glass door. But I mean, if it is alarmed, and I've been told reliably by people it's alarmed, I mean, it's not abandoned. And if you were to try and get in there, you'd set off alarms. You'd have the police come and all sorts of things. So it's not abandoned. It's unfortunate that it's actually so well secured, and unless you get permission to go in there, it's not really going to happen, I don't think. So, a bit sad, because I don't think anybody's ever got footage on the inside of it either. So back in the day when I used to explore things but not document them and not to produce videos like this, I went there many times and we asked around who owns it, how do we contact them, and we weren't successful in finding out who it was we had to speak to see whether we could get a tour down there. So I am well aware of it, but I haven't been motivated to go and check it out. But if somebody wants to kind of do the groundwork, maybe try and start the ball rolling, I'd be happy to come down and probably film it. I don't think it's going to be huge, but it might be about the same size as Chilmark underground, but something like that. That's the Welsh Regional Seats of Government bunker, I think it is. And the next one, of course, is Brecon, which is underneath the army barracks, which I don't think anybody's ever seen in there either. That's still there. I think that may still be potentially activatable because it's underneath an army barracks. I think the army barracks, it used to be an active army barracks, but yeah, if anybody could manage to get in there, that would be cool.
Yeah, that was at Lee Corrigan with that £1.99 towards an engine with a shallow water lever.
Yeah, the big engine has a shallow water lever. The big engine, which is going to go back, it does have one of those. What it's lacking is the safety mechanism for the gear. So if you have it in gear, you can't start it. That's not there. Also the lock which locks it in position. So that if you go into reverse, that's not working. The primer bulb is missing for priming the engine, and there's rough running and serious kickback problems on the starter, and I've discovered that the starter is cracked. So yeah, there's a lot of faults which should have been disclosed upon sale, and they weren't. I'm not happy about it because I spent a lot of money on that engine. So yeah.
KK Explorer said, Morton in the Marsh video, is the train on site easily accessible?
Very.
Yes, it's pretty easy.
It's
Surprisingly easy, actually.
Yeah, I mean it's so close to the main road as well. You wouldn't encounter any security people there because you hop a fence, you're in the train. So you're on the closest side to the road, which is the furthest side away from the security huts and all the training buildings where they have all their educational things, and then the practical buildings like the ones we went into, which have the fire training elements where they set them on fire. All that is on the other side of the base. The trains on the most nearest the public highway and, you know, a housing estate basically. So you would have no problems getting in to see those trains at all.
They're actually hidden by a bank as well, aren't they? So even when you're in the trains, you're not going to be seen when you come into the actual. Is it fire?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's have a look on a satellite map
Yeah, you just said.
and have a look on my drone footage, because the drone footage is quite extensive. And with it, you could get away with it in the day because you wouldn't be spotted on most of the trains because they're behind a banking.
They might be training there though.
They could be training, but just play it by ear. You know, you could actually get away with that even if they were training in a large area of the base. As long as they weren't training at the train, you could possibly get away with it in the day. And of course, you'll be on board the train, so they won't see you if you're on board, as long as you're not like going right up against the glass of the windows. You could probably sneak along inside the train, but there is a section of train which is wide open to view, but most of the train is viewing from view.
We've had a couple of people ask now when your next video is going to be dropping.
Oh, when I get around to editing it, I don't think it's going to be tonight because I'm going to go home and I'm going to be knocked out.
Yeah.
So when I pick up the dog, it's going to be straight home, straight to bed. But I'm going to I'll try and watch some more of this series called Devs, which is really good. If you want to watch a good series on the BBC, I told Sam about it, he hasn't had time yet.
No, not yet.
It's on iPlayer. I think it's a damn good idea for this series, and it's well outside the scope of things I've seen before. It's a quite original idea. You know, it's quite original. Anyway, when's the next video? So I don't know really. I've got a little bit of editing for something else I've got to do. It's not Urbex related, and then probably start editing stuff tomorrow afternoon. And I would love to get this Plymouth one out really quickly. I really would, but I don't know whether I should just do the BRI paranormal one because I'm behind on that. I'm behind on it, so we'll have to do the Plymouth a bit later. Maybe I'll do a teaser. Maybe I'll do a teaser of the Plymouth at the beginning of the BRI one or something. Is it coming soon? Because I've got a lot of stuff in the bag I haven't managed to edit, and a lot of it will be very interesting for people and quite controversial, some of it as well, which is why I'm holding back on putting it out, because I want to.
Oh yeah, there's a really good one in there.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's too hot. It's too hot potato really, and it could get knocks on the door, you know, like from the authorities and various things, and yeah. So we got lots of good stuff, but yeah. I mean, you know, with me, a lot of the controversy comes from, you know, people saying things you've done which you haven't done, you know, so it's like, that's why I film a lot as well. So that's why, you know, it's a proof that we don't do these things that we get accused of doing, you know, like people say, oh, you've broken in and you've done this and you've done that, and it's like, you know, it's all in the videos. So if you want to, you know, people want to watch the videos, then they can see what we're doing. But people just can't believe that, oh, it's that, how could you get in there? It can't be that easy. It's like, no, literally.
I was at Portsmouth, wasn't
Yep. Yep. The doors were open, you know, to the cinema in Portsmouth. I was going to say Pornmouth. Pottymouth. Pornmouth. Yeah. Yeah. Bournemouth. So yeah, the doors were open. We've kind of closed them back up, but then we come there and other people have gone in. And funnily enough, No, it wasn't you. It was Luke and Dan
That's
were there with me, and we saw one guy trying to climb over a fence to get in. He fell off the fence and then ran away. Right? And then some other people came along, and we had a chat with them, but they don't have a YouTube channel. They just like exploring, and they went in. And so there's people back and forth there all the time, and I reckon, you know, as long as people are respectful and don't mess the place up, but it's pretty messed up, to be honest. I mean, they'd have to do a pretty impressive job of vandalising a place in order to vandalise it more than it already is.
Yeah.
You know, it's seen some traffic, that place. In just 4 years, there's a lot of damage being done.
The original architecture there is amazing though. The old one is really cool.
Sorry. Yeah, man. The original theatre that made up the cinema that they built inside of, there's a lot of that's hidden. Oh, here we go. Reconnecting again. Let you know it was originally a theatre, which is nice. Oh. Trying to keep track of. Ooh. Yeah. Oh. 4 away. Yeah. Do you reckon?
I didn't see.
Yeah. There we are. Look, that tells you roughly where we are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, cool.
Michelle Worthington, Matt, you're a legend. Love the videos. Keep up the great work. Always entertaining.
Michelle, yeah.
Yeah, Michelle.
Thanks, Michelle. Yeah. Thank you very much. We like doing them. So we're glad you're enjoying them. I mean, if you know, I've always liked exploring, but seeing Ali Law, also like say, seeing Ali Law and just going out there and just not giving a damn, you know, and I'm like, well, we used to sneak around not giving a damn, but now we explore quite openly, not giving a damn, you know. We still do some of it sneakily because you get more video if you don't get caught, but we, you know, it's just, but I know that a lot of people haven't got that sort of spirit to kind of just get out there and do it, and if it's bringing entertainment, education to people, I'm really happy, you know, makes it all worthwhile. So, and smash that like button. I mean, don't smash the like button. Yeah. Chris, are you on about the SAS near Hereford? Hereford, Hereford, yeah.
Yeah, Matt, have you done the SAS training area with the 747 mock-up training carriages, etc. yet?
Is it the one in Hereford? He's talking about Hereford.
I'm not sure. He hasn't said.
Yeah, because there's a place, it's called Pontrillus, and that's where the SAS's headquarters are, and they call them the killers from Pontrillus. So, Pontrillas or Pontrillus, yeah, near Hereford, and it's a bit of a no-fly zone over it as well on an air map, so that's how you know it's there. But you can't get near the place. You can't get near that place, and I think because of the nature of the security of not sorry, it's just a car broken down, not wanting the identities of SAS personnel to be revealed, anyone who would probably go around there pretty much more so than at a normal military base, because the SAS are the cream of the cream of the cream, and they do intelligence work, you know, and they do all sorts of stuff, and they wouldn't want you anywhere near that place. And I take my hats off to anybody who would go up there, because you probably could do it. You probably get up there, climb over the walls, go around there, but oh boy, I think you'd hear about it. I think you'd probably get a knock on the door. I think, you know, you might be pushing your luck with that one. You know, if you want to see what it's like to have the police knock on your door, that would be the one to try. But I would definitely have a bit of a channel. I would have a few videos on your channel before doing it, because they're not gonna believe you if you say, well, I'm a YouTuber and it's okay, I'm not trying to harm anybody. They'd be like, yeah. I mean, like, when you, with me, with a few subscribers, they know that it's going to be bad publicity. I could maybe wangle that, you know, to kind of not be stamped on so much, because they know that it's going to get on the channel and it's not really going to work out for them quite how they want, you know. But for somebody who's starting off and exploring, I wouldn't make it your first one. I'd get a few under your belt, get some videos on your channel so you can prove what you're doing and that your intentions are pure, because they... So, yeah, you know, just be careful with that.
Luke White said, I've explored the marine camp and pool. They've got a swimming pool upstairs and a gym underneath. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's not... I'm just trying to think now. The Marine Camp, Royal Marine Commandos, that's not Lymington, is it? Lymington. Am I correct? I don't know.
Oh,
I think there's Lyd as well, it's something to do with Marines. I could be wrong. But yeah, Lyd in Kent, is it? Royal Marine Commandos. Yeah.
no, what did you say that?
No,
Hamworthy, yeah.
Hamworthy. Oh, no, I've not heard that one. Somebody came on the channel the other day and said something about Marines in Poole Harbour and stuff like that, but no, I'm not really aware of it. Maybe I should look into it a bit more. But I mean, are we talking an active base or a deactivated base? Because I mean, I wouldn't want to get in a active military base, because I'm just going to be seeing my YouTube channel squashed probably for doing that. I'd have to have a bloody good reason to do it, you know. Or I would do it and not publish it for a long, long time. You've ever heard of a thing called statute of limitations? So I could do it, just not publish it, and then in a few years' time, stick the video out, and there wouldn't be much they could do about it. Yes, it's an active base. Yeah. Well, it's not likely, but you could spark a security incident, and those guys carry guns. So just bear it in mind. They're not like your security guards at a lot of bases, which just, you know, are a bit gobby and have got an untrained guard dog, you know. These are people that are sort of like protecting, a lot of the time, things that they don't want people to know are actually in these places. So they've got weapons that you wouldn't think they got, and they've got secrets. You know, it could be nuclear, it could be biological, it could be all sorts of stuff. And you know, you're just, oh, it's just the local base. It's what's going to be there? You go and jump over the fence, and oh boy, it's like the balloon goes up, and then you know. Yeah, but I would definitely consider sticking your hands in the air and not running. You know, if you ever did something like that, which I would suggest is probably unwise, let alone what I would do. If you're going to do it, and they start shouting at you, I would be inclined to just put your hands in the air and just tell them why you're there, because if you ran, and if it was misinterpreted, you know, they misinterpreted that you had a weapon on you or something like that, and it was just a tripod or your bag or something like that, you know, they shoot you. So, luckily, not many of these things have ever happened in the UK, but I wouldn't like to read the...
Always thought RAF Morwenstow, Cornwall, had a few bunkers hidden underneath.
Morgenstow or St. Morgan's?
Morwen. M-O-R-W-E-N.
Morwen. Oh, okay. Don't know, but a lot of these places do, because they've got to, you know, keep going after a nuclear war, or some of them would have been kitted out for the World War, you know, so it's highly possible that they do. Right, what are we looking at here then? This might be...
just sleeping in the night.
Yeah. That's it.
That's 22. Is it 20?
I'm not sure, to be honest. This might be a back route to go in. Yeah, don't know. Because I haven't got it. I haven't got it up on my thing at the moment. So Bristol South Airport, Green Leisure Park.
That was nice one.
Next one, was it? Next turning. Sorry, we're just trying to navigate here. So, because we're chatting on YouTube, we don't have our navigation turned on.
That's the next one.
Next one. Cool. So, we can get back on then.
Exit the roundabout onto Bristol Road.
Yeah, cool. Right, so how far? 5 minutes, you reckon? Something like that? So I'll have to kill the stream when Sam and Jess go, because I'm really not going to be able to read the comments.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah. So if you've got anything you want to have a chat with us about, and it's quite good fun doing these things. So maybe when we go somewhere again,
I
we'll
really like it.
yeah, we'll sort of strike up a conversation between you and us, and see if we can answer any of your questions. It certainly helps kill the time, and it keeps me awake, because we didn't stop for coffee, did we? Damn. Oh well.
Have you been to the World War II bunkers in Horton Heath in Dorset?
Horton Heath.
Lots there, look it up.
No, I haven't. No. If you can remember to, have a look at my email details and send us an email reminding me of this. My email address is me@thematthewwilliams.com. 2 T's. Sorry, 2 T's in Matthew. So me@thematthewwilliams.com. Yeah. If you send us a little reminder to look into that, I'll definitely have a look at it. But I'm going to try and... Well, we'll have to try and do these when we're down in the area. I swear my... this is going to make things worse, but I swear my windscreen's a bit gunky or something. Or is it internal...
Chris said, are you filming tomorrow with the boys?
No. No, they're going to do something that is beyond my abilities. So,
Well, they did say they're not doing that.
they're not. Oh, they're not going to do it now?
No.
They were going to do something that is what I find unacceptable. Do you want to
We got another,
get a coffee from this services?
I'm alright for coffee, but
Yeah.
if you want one.
Do you want one?
I'm alright, mate. I have to go. Got another £1.99 from William Lewis.
William Lewis. He's done lots of those tonight, hasn't he?
Free altogether, yeah.
Let me know. So we got £51. So you sure you don't want a cup of coffee?
I'm alright, mate. Yeah.
Jess, do you want a cup of coffee?
I'm all good, thank you.
She's all good. She's filled with goodness, and she's greedy, so she's got all of it.
Yeah.
So,
Someone asked, are you a fan of Hell on Earth?
I haven't watched many of their videos. I kind of know what I find them funny, but it's just like personal likes and personal dislikes. I mean, there aren't many exploring channels I don't like, but there are just some I like, you know? It's not a case of I don't like Hell on Earth. They're good at what they do, but to me, it's very heavily loaded with comedy and not so much explore.
Yeah.
So it's more about, with Hell on Earth, it's more about going on the ride with them and the personal jokes they play on each other and how they prank each other and wind each other up. And the Explore is kind of like a backdrop, almost like as if they're blue screened onto a backdrop. The Urbex is the backdrop to their comedy, you know. So don't get me wrong, I like comedy, but if I'm going to watch a Urbex video, I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether I would like the Urbex video to contain that much comedy. It's not my thing, but it is. A lot of people like them, and I'd certainly like to meet them. But I wonder if I could keep up with them comedy-wise, because they're quite piss-taking bastards. They rip the piss out of each other. They probably rip me to shreds.
Yeah.
But I know Ian from IKS likes them, and he watches their stuff. But yes, they don't appear in my inbox, so therefore I haven't watched many of their videos, so I really can't comment comprehensively. But what I have seen, it's not enough of me to click that subscribe button. So that's why I think I probably can't really say. There probably are videos they've done which are actually really good. I think it's demisting. It's actually misting up. Look. I think it's mist on the windscreen.
Nightlife UK, Curbs has ended my lift. No, ended my fear of lifts since childhood. Now I know how they work. I'm sure Curbs will be really happy to hear that.
Yeah. Well, I would have thought he would have taken away your childhood fears and he would have reintroduced you with some new ones that are a bit more modern, like, oh, it's just that many cables holding it up, and oh, what if that wasn't working and that wasn't working? It would literally drop like a stone. Or, as I found out, if they don't drop so much as if everything goes wrong, they go up. They go up and hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
That's what they're kind of designed to do, which is like the reverse of what a lot of people think they do. So,
You got Lee Davies, any breakdancing today, Sam? Not today, unfortunately, but definitely some more soon.
to try and teach this old fart some moves. I was studying how he did it. I was like, could I do that? I was like,
I reckon you could.
Because he does this thing with his legs where like one leg comes up over, but it's almost like a slow motion thing. It's not like fat. It's like you've got to get it in the right order and the right timing as you twist your body. But I was like, it's not fast. Could I do that? Maybe, but I would have to be trained. I'd like to think I could do it, because I'd like to think I could dance, but I'm like, no, I'm being shy. I don't like to.
Curbs, the lift therapist. Yeah.
Don't you think if like somebody's been messing around on top of a lift like Curbs, is that going to make you feel a bit like, by the next time you go in a lift, just thinking like, but does he really know what he's doing? He's playing with buttons up there and he's not licensed as a lift engineer. It makes me think like, is somebody up there? So, you know, like that movie, the Ring, you know, where like the thing comes out of the television, you know, it's like that constant nagging fear that something can happen, right? And I don't really worry when I'm in a lift, but now I'm thinking to myself, is there somebody up there? This is the turning, isn't it? I think. So, and
Yes, come out.
I remember when I was a kid, we managed to climb on the toilets at Porthkerry Park in Barry, where I used to live, and we climbed on the toilets, and they had perspex. We were looking down into the ladies' toilets, and they were like women, and they were like, and they were like, oh, and then they were sort of like, there's somebody on the roof, and then we managed to run away, and we were like, oh, they'll probably know where we live, and even though they hadn't seen us, we know where we live, and we come around the house, we were like all like, ooh, you know, it was like, we didn't see anything, it was just literally, you just see the top of somebody's head, and they're just sitting on the toilet, like, you know, and it was like, but, anyway, what's the moral to this story is, there we are, you see, don't look up, because there's always somebody up there looking down on you, in a toilet, in a lift, they're up there. off Sam and Jess now, so I think it's probably a good idea I kill the stream. So, ladies in Germany, thank you very much for your attendance.
Oh, there you go. There she is.
There she is. Coming at you. Coming at you like a ghoul in the back of my car. So yes, my windscreen's cleared now, so but thank you very much. Yes, down and off the left and then out to the right, isn't it? And then down that road, I think, yeah, remember that one. Yee. So it's been very nice to have you all here, and thank you to everyone who's donated. It was a total of £51 of super chats. Yeah, super. Yeah. So yes, thank you very much, and it's something we'll try and do when we're on long trips to kind of take up the time, and yeah, I'll try and do some more Secret Vault lives as well, because I've spoke to Dan today and Carl.
We need to get Carl on.
We need to get these people on, and Sam and Jess.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, they're up for it. I mean, we can do it remotely, so we don't have to have people in the house. So you know, we can do it remotely. But they could come to my place, but then, oh, so embarrassed. No, we'll do it remotely. My house is like a steptoe's yard, which probably most of you, apart from the ones that are over 40, won't know what that means. Is it down here?
Just likes to need Secret Vault merch.
Yeah, this is it, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dodgy flappy hat.
My flappy hat. What?
Vault hat.
I get very upset when these things disappear, but look, it's not a flappy hat tonight, right? It's not. It's been muted. Hang on. Here we are. It's not flappy because, look, I put it up because it's too hot. So it's been, so I haven't got my deputy dog ears flopping around. But, yeah. I like my hats. Oh, it's a trademark of me in general. Is always wearing one of those furry hats. Summertime, wintertime, my hat on. Yeah. I go good out at night, and it protects you from a lot of scratches, because it takes the scratches from barbs and things, which is why I also wear it when I'm out at night, because you can hit your head, you can nut things, and it takes the impact out. So it saved me many a time, my hat. So right, we're just about to pull up now, and I suppose we'll just say goodbyes.
Yeah,
So
see you later.
Bye.
thanks, and thanks to Sam and Jess's special friends who came in as well.
Was I Count Hobula and Alex?
Count Hobler and Alex, yes. Alex, they're going to be taking you on some of these explorers with the places we go. You're going to get to see them next. So, yeah. Cool, well, thanks everybody. So, SBS, mate, Special Boat Service. Yeah, Cornish Girl says goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, cheers all. Chat on Facebook, Bill. My icon is a Frenchie. Yes, and they're very nice Frenchie dogs. I don't know what type they are, but they are very affectionate dogs. And they were very happy to see me when I went round Merlin's. So check out his channel as well. That's a moderator, but check his channel out because he's got pictures of the pigeon that we rescued in Bristol in the Guildhall, which is now doing okay. I wouldn't say it hasn't recovered, but he's still living with him because he's looking after it. So yeah, what a nice chap. What a nice chap. So we're saving the world one pigeon at a time. Okay, well thanks. We'll catch you all soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.